So, guys, it's graduation day. So, as you can see, I have a series of Kolinsky brushes. The one furthest to the left, yes, that one, is one of my early brushes. And I believe this is in a size 10. Yes, it's a size 10. And it's a Japanese Masaki Kolinsky brush. Of course, those two red ones are the not polished brushes. And then I have the three that is my workhorse that I get from my local beauty supply or nail supply store. More often than not, you'll see me using one of these. And this is in a 10, 12, and a size 14. It's the reason why I have three of them. And as I started getting comfortable with the brushes, I wanted to go up to maybe at 22 at the largest. So this is where I'm at right now. The Kiara Sky one is also a size 10, so it should have been on the other side, but I kind of put them in order of how I purchased them. And I have a 10 and a 12 in the Kiara Sky. This one that I am holding in my hand is a size 10. And here we go with a size 18. And I also have a size 20. The very last one is a size 20. So in this video, I am going to be using my size 20 brush for the very first time. I had a little bit of a learning curve on how much products I'm picking up, how much monomer this brush can actually hold. So come along with me as I graduate to a size 20 brush. And guys, I have to say that, but I came home today inspired by a hand drawing that I did earlier at work. And it was way too late for me to produce a video, but I decided I was going to do one regardless. So I soaked off my nails, and as you can see, I'm doing the nail polish long coffin. For me, my hands are so big that these particular nails, I feel like they're too skinny on my hands, but nonetheless, I did it. So this part right here is just me bonding the tips to my nail, and I had it sped up because everybody knows how to do that. So here it is. I have the tips on. I am so totally unprepared. I am excited. I know what I want to do, but I did not set up my table right upstairs. So I was struggling, guys. So I posted this as my struggle video. So here it is. I'm putting on the JC Beauty Concept Dehydrator. And eventually I decided, you know what? I wanted to do the Young Nails Protein Bond instead. And so in comes the protein bond. I put the protein bond on, and now I'm getting ready to work on this set. So here I'm fidgeting with the products. I'm like, oh, I don't know what it is I want to do. But what I am going to do right here is, most of you who follow me knows I like to put a thin layer of clear down. I am going to be using highly pigmented powder. In this case, it's Starry Night by, I want to say it's Glam and Glitz. Yeah. And it's black powder. Okay. So I went ahead and put the clear powder down. And guys, if you notice, this video, I had a little bit of a learning curve because I'm doing two things that I have not done before all at once in front of the camera. One, I am about to hand draw onto the nail tip, cure it under the light, and then put the acrylic on top of that, one. And then two, I am using a size 20 brush for the first time. As you guys know, my brush range goes between 10 and 14, maybe a 16. But I felt like when I'm doing long nails, I needed to graduate. And so I'm trying it for the first time here. Also, later on in the video, I believe you're going to see me trying to use some of the new bits that I got in a e-file that I purchased. And so there was a lot of learning curves in this video. I kind of like the bigger brush, and I feel like when it's time for you to graduate, if you feel necessary to do so, you will know when it's time to, when you've mastered the other size brushes, if you wanted to go up a size or two. I didn't think I would be comfortable with it, but I absolutely feel like this is going to be my new size to fall in love with. So I'm going to switch over to the other hand here. And I'm also going to speed this up because all we're doing here, guys, is putting the clear powder down to prevent staining. And then I moved in with the Madame Glam, and I'm using Oops, I Burnt It. I'm just testing it out to see if it's going to give me the look that I was looking for. And right here, once again, I sped it up. We're just going to be coloring the tips. Oops, I Burnt It. And we're going to color the tips on both hands. Of course, I cure those for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to come back in with my Nail Polish gel liner, and I'm using the brush from inside the product. And for some reason, when I got this one, it already came bent. It didn't come straight. And I'm going to be making some crisscross lines. Well, if I may, please be prepared when you're getting ready to shoot a video. I was so unprepared. Like, I knew in my head what I wanted to do. I like working from the living room because the TV is down there and all of that type of stuff. And I was being lazy and bringing everything up, and I thought I had everything, and oh Lord, it was just a nightmare. But I was intent on doing this. I definitely will have to do this set over. But it gave me a rough draft on how to put this together and how to make it really do it really good. I think I'm going to use a different shaped nail next time, but I was able to use this as my drawing board. And then the very next morning, I cut them off, so my nails are ugly again, but y'all know how it is. So I got inspired by something I saw online, and I felt like the roses should be easy to draw. And I actually attempted it. I may put a picture towards the end so that you can see what I'm talking about, where the inspiration came from. And I stayed up until around 1 o'clock trying to work on this, and then I had to say to myself, it probably would have done a better job had I been prepared, so much prepared for it. So as you can see, I'm just drawing some lines, crisscrossing them back and forth, and I will be doing some hand-drawn art. So what I was trying to do, believe it or not, was trying to make it look like black lace. Right now it just looked like a chocolate ice cream cone. I don't know. Sometimes you have to be able to laugh at yourself. So right about here, I believe I'm about to do it yet. The same exact thing on the opposite hand. And I did bring home a couple of brushes with me. At some point, I'm going to start using them. But I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up so we don't have to watch paint dry. So like I promised, I just sped this up. Once again, we're just making diagonal lines across the surface of that gel paint that we put down. And we're going to come back. We're going to cure that for 60 seconds. So now that it's all cured, we came back in with those brushes that I promised you. And guys, those of you who have been following me, I do a lot of juvenile art, which means I can't draw on my nails. But I saw something, it was so simple that I was like, oh my gosh, I should be able to do this. So right here, I am just going to get some, I think that is Big Apple Red by OPI. When all else fails, always have a little bit of Big Apple Red on hand with you. And I'm going to put a little bit down, and I'm just going to literally be making little blurbs with this on my nail. And then I'm going to go back and sort of like outline them to make red roses. And I'm looking at them right now, and it did give the effect that I wanted it to. But once again, like I said, I have to do a little bit more work on perfecting what it is I was trying to do. So literally making little red circles in there, little globulars, and then you're going to come back and design them to be roses. These doesn't have to be perfect, guys. You just really, you'll see what I mean. I don't even know how to explain, but you'll see what I mean. I'm actually looking at them, and minus the fact that I needed to draw my line a little bit more precise and stuff like that, it's not difficult at all. So here it is. I think, what am I doing here? I'm going back with the white and putting some little definition around the red in terms of semicircles. In a sense, another form of juvenile art. And I'm adding the leaves in right now. And I'm going to do this on both hands. You can be as detailed as you want with this. At this point, I just was not being too detailed. I was just drawing in some stuff. And then I'm going to dry it for 60 seconds. And I'm going to jump on over and do the opposite hand. And as you can see, this is not in real time. I sped it up over here. Same, just the same activities we did on the opposite hand. We're doing on this side. And we're just going to follow that through until you get some rose-like looking things. So right here, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. So I'm going to use, I believe that was the Entourage Nail Gallery monomer and some clear powder. And we literally using the clear to cover up the artwork we just did. And like I said, guys, I'm using a size 20 brush for the first time. Don't be too harsh on me. And I put a fairly good size bead, and my intention is to pull it as far down as I possibly can. But we do have draft issues in this housing. We are in military housing. It's not the warmest place you want to be in the wintertime. And today we had like our real first frost. So I had to have my husband adjust the heat in the house for me so that we could get the temperature right so the monomer wasn't being so liquidy. And at some point you're going to see where it's sort of like stopped being that way. I even had issues sticking the glue down because it was just too cool in the house. I am liking the size 20 brush for the size bead it can pick up. So what I noticed about doing this set that was really frustrating me was because the temperature in the room was so cold. Apart from the fact that the beads wanted to stay runny longer, right? The Apart from the fact that I wanted to stay running longer, I couldn't build up the thickness in places that I wanted it built up. And even this morning when I was cutting them off while I'm doing the voiceover, some of them on the right hand was extremely thin, even though I thought I put so much powder on them. But nonetheless, like I said, it's a struggle video. Sometimes things doesn't go exactly the way we want them to. And I think it's important to show that as well. And so you see me playing with the powder, and I didn't really count the time, but it just seemed like a long time for the powder to settle in. And long after, when I was working on the opposite hand, when the nail should have been dry, I bumped one of the nails and had an indentation in the acrylic. So I knew the temperature was really off. So once this frame is done. I'm going to take a break and I will have to come back to this. I have to get ready to go to work, guys. I woke up early this morning, but it wasn't early enough to do the voiceover and this entire thing in one sitting. So I'm going to take a break right around when it says 20 minutes, and I am going to take off and go do my morning rituals, have some breakfast, that type of stuff, and get out of here. Alrighty, that's the beauty of the camera, is that in as much as time is going to lapse in between, unless I said that, you wouldn't really know. But so all we're doing right here is covering the work that we did with some clear. I'm going to have to tell you guys about that brush a little bit more. How am I feeling it? And I know someone is going to ask me about that dapping dish. We got that dapping dish last year at the Dollar Tree. One of my Latina sisters had one, and I was like, OMG, where did you get that? And I went out and I got one. I actually got two. I got it in the burnt orange and in this color. It's a great fall dapping dish. It's a candlestick holder, but you guys know how we use them. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and take a break right here, and we will come back later and finish the voiceover on this video. Don't go too far. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I'm actually in the shop now. I have some downtime, and we're going to finish this video together. So about this size 20 brush. I like it, y'all. I started getting frustrated with how much product I was picking up with the 10, 12, 14, and I was using a size 16 brush. And let me tell you something. One day I just said, you know what, I think I'm ready. So I went out and I got a size 20. I cleaned up the brush and everything, so I didn't show you guys that part on the video. But this is my first bead that I'm picking up, and I'm feeling my way through with a size 20 brush. In the description box, go ahead and drop in there what size brushes you like to use and why, and if you would consider using something larger. And then this is a size 20, like I said. And if you do use something larger, please let me know how you're enjoying that. All right. So thus far, I am beginning to feel like, okay, I kind of like this. I can tell you guys right now that after I was finished with this video, I cut these nails down because, like you can see, it's way too long. And but I saw there was a lot more practice that I need with this brush in order to make sure that I am picking up enough product. Well, it's picking up enough product, but I'm distributing it properly. Now, if you notice, my product is kind of a little bit runny. It's taken a long time to solidify. And like I said before, the house is cold, and it had me second guessing what it is I was doing. But overall, I think with a little bit of practice, I can really, really, really enjoy a size 20 brush. And for the most part, guys, you'd be like, but I thought you've been doing nails for a while. Yeah, a lot of people were doing like the really short nails. Nobody was really doing. Every once in a while, you'll see somebody with some long nails, but it's beginning to get more and more prevalent for me to do stilettos, and not just stilettos, but extra, extra long nails. And so I went as far as a 18, and that kind of comforted me for a while, but it really wasn't. I feel like I could have done a little bit more in terms of the size of the brush. So, yeah, tell me, what size brushes are you guys using? And right here, I'm struggling with the product a lot. And my husband turned the heat up in the apartment, and then eventually it started to really feel like we were cooking with gasoline. And I was also surprised how much product I was consuming on this set. Y'all will definitely see me attempt this particular style again. So here I have the hand-drawn artwork that I did, and I was like, oh wow, that is so beautiful. So I pick up a bead and I put it down, and of course this is Midnight by Glam and Glitz, and by Glam and Glitz, and it's black with some like little glittery starry things in it. So it's highly pigmented. So we have some clear powder on the bottom. I like it. I'm gonna be featuring that brush a lot more in my videos and tell you what challenges I have with using a bigger brush. Whose video I was watching? I want to say, is that Lovely Mimi's? Yeah, Lovely Mimi. Lovely Mimi uses a huge brush. And I was like, maybe I'll try it. But I had to ease my way into it. So we have a size 20 for right now. I would advise you to pinch and expand this video so you can take a good look at, how I'm working with it. Let me know what you guys think. I love long nails though, but I couldn't wear these to work. I also feel like I need to reach out to Not Polish and ask some questions about the appropriate tips for my hand. Are you guys using the Not Polish tips? If you are, why are you using it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? My challenge with it is that I have such huge hands that the nails look like they're too skinny on my hands sometimes. So, and I know some of you is like, well, Carol, what's the difference between a size 10 and a size 20 brush? That's 10 steps up, guys. It's different. I need a vacation, y'all. My body, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Yeah, managing that big brush. Pretty cool. I feel like I should have put the black part red, but I'm definitely going to be doing this over. I think I am handling the size 20s, the largest I've ever used. I believe I showed you guys a brush my um, nail tech had given me. Tony's from where is he from? Vietnam. But that one was splitting in the middle when you pick up the monomer with it. I'm not sure why it was doing that, but it was very difficult for me to work with that one. But I'm graduated, y'all. Yeah, I wish I had that one to show you, but I think I have that one at the house. This video is going to run about an hour and 5 minutes. Oh, look at that reverse bead. So I have to tell you this little story, guys. I don't know if you guys are having that problem or not, but I have one of my coworkers, I did her nails, and we had one nail pop up this week, and last week or the set before, we had one nail pop up. And it's frustrating because I used Young Nails on her, but I did not use the Young Nails monomer. And I just wanted to know from you guys if you have any challenges mixing Young Nail products with different monomers. In this case, I use our monomer Entourage Nail Gallery, but in the past I've used Kiera Sky monomer with them and find that it doesn't really hold that great. Let me know what you guys think about mixing Paul Mitchell products with different monomers. Yeah, look at that size of that bead I pick up with this brush. It's a big brush, y'all. I'm here playing with the product and it's just not solidifying. So temperature plays a huge role in the performance of your product. But for the rest of this video, I want to talk a little bit about graduating from my brushes to a size 20. When I tell you this brush is all she wrote, I'm serious, guys. This is all she wrote. So I have been using anywhere from between a 10 and a 16, maybe an 18 brush. But I wasn't really using my 18. I think I have one 18 brush. I haven't really been using my 18 brush as much as I should. But there is something profoundly different about a bigger brush. So I was floating around YouTube, looking at other people's work, trying to get inspiration, pick up new techniques. What are other people talking about when they do their nails? And something I started noticing was brush size. And then I started actually specifically looking for videos that had bigger brushes. And most people are doing the size 10, the size 12, maybe a 14 is what I found. But I found Lovely Mimi. I don't know who's following her. If you don't follow her, jump over on her YouTube page. And you got to go down and look for, I guess she posted that video during the pandemic when everybody was still trying to keep in touch with everybody. And it's a part of a 3 series. And she was talking about the basics of doing nails. One of the things she talked about was her brush size. And size do matter, guys. So I got inspired and I went out and I purchased a large brush. And I think I want to go up one more size, but I have to work a little bit more with this size 20. Learning the liquid to powder ratio. And yes, guys, the liquid to powder ratio is different with the brush size. It's the same, but it's just different. You got to figure out how much monomer is being, that brush is picking up, and adjust for the bead sizes. So let me tell you what I found out from using a bigger brush. Not only can I pick up more product, whether the nails is short, long, medium, long, extra, extra long, is that the brush allows you to work on a larger surface if you need it and a smaller surface if you need it. And it still allows you to pick up itty bitty little pieces if you have like a peep through on the side of the nail and you just need a pinch of product to cover that spot. You can still pick up a little bit of product. If you are practicing, let's say, the 3-ball method, the 3-bead method, and you have a problem with roughness, or you have problem with when you join the product together, smoothing it out, it's not smoothing, and you have the desire to pick up less beads, I would consider using a bigger brush. So this set that I'm working on right now, I did that set on Monday night. Today is Thursday and I already have a different set on, okay? And this is going to be more of a permanent set that I have on right now. But the reason why I actually changed it, one, it's too long for me to work. And two, I wanted to try the big brush on shorter nails. And so at the end of this video, I will post a picture of my shorter nails, or maybe I'll insert one, and of my shorter nails that I did with a bigger brush. And let me tell you, I am in love. I am in love with the way the brush performs. Of course, I always buy quality brushes. So if you have been working with your size 8, 10, 12, 14 for some time, consider trying one more size up, a 20. The guy who used to do my nails, Tony used like a 22, maybe. But I promise you guys, I don't know if I could really go back to, unless the guests have really, really petite fingers or whatever, or I'm doing some intricate work that I need smaller brush. But I'm so excited about this brush. So don't forget, go ahead and drop in the description box, guys, which brush size you're using, why you're using it. Do you think it's time for you to graduate? What size you think you're gonna graduate to? And please tell me what results you got, because you would think these people were paying me. But I am so excited about this brush. See right here, I like go up into the cuticle. I can still do all of that and cuticle work. And this is me working with my non-dominant hand with a size 20 brush. Okay, so I highly recommend trying to use a bigger brush. So back to what we're doing here. What are we doing? Alrighty, so as you guys knew, I hand drew the art design, and not only did I hand draw it, with gel, I put a layer of clear over it, and then I started working the rest of the nail to continue the design, right? And what I really wanted to do, to be honest with you guys, is to make the back of the nail red. And I just didn't prepare myself well enough to do it. And so when I thought I had some red with me, the color red I wanted, the color red I had at home was more of a Christmas, and it is a difference, guys, the color red. So I went with it, but really I was doing this set long just to try out the brush to see how I would work with a bigger brush. And let me tell you something, I'm enjoying it. I can't even say that well enough. And that's not to say I wasn't struggling with it. It was a struggle that inspires you to do it more until you master it. And the struggle came in terms of the struggle came in terms of liquid to powder ratio using a bigger brush. So I'm gonna pull out I have a liquid to powder ratio sheet that I use, and I will pull it out and practice liquid to powder with my big brush, and then I'll come back again. But you guys can look forward to me using a bigger brush in my future videos. This video is going to run about an hour and 4 minutes. I was hoping that I can do a photo shoot with this one holding an apple, but it was one of those things I was doing at night when I really should have been in bed, and so it wasn't my best work out there. But this is more so about the brush and graduating using a bigger brush than I've ever used before. Those of you who live in a colder state, what methods are you guys using to keep your nail room warm and to the temperature, the exact temperature you need it to be, to keep your monomer and your polymer working to the optimum? I would like to know that, because the sister is struggling. If you guys hearing a lot of traffic, that's because I am in my car. The salon, I came in early today. The salon is a little bit busy, noisy, blow dryers going, and I just couldn't get the voiceover done. And I really wanted to post this video on Tuesday, and here it is Thursday, and I'm still struggling to get a voiceover on it. So and we are located on Route 1, so we're close to the traffic, and you can literally hear the trucks and the cars and stuff go by. So I hope it's not too loud and noisy. Oh, I am just loving it. I also felt like it was easier to keep the brush cleaner. I don't know if that's a mental thing or not, but I had less buildup in the brush. It was releasing the product easily. And don't ask me the brand of this brush, guy, because like I said, I shop for a lot of nail product at my local nail beauty supply. And so this brush doesn't really have a name. It just says it's a Kolinsky, 100% Kolinsky brush. But I know most of the nail companies have bigger brushes. I would say my average size was between a 12 and a 14. But go check out Lovely Mimi's video. If I can find the video, I will. If I can find a video, again, I would link it in this one. But she was talking about using bigger brushes and how much she prefer a bigger brush to a smaller one. And I was like, if it's good enough for Lovely Mimi, it's gonna have to be good enough for me. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and just watch me work. There isn't gonna be much more. There isn't gonna be much more voiceover for me to do other than, I really like a bigger brush, and periodically I'll jump back in and say something about the video, but just go ahead and enjoy. I've been talking a lot on this video. Just go ahead and enjoy, and I will pop back in when I feel like it's necessary to say something about what it is I'm doing. Other than, I'm wiping off the brush, I dip it in the monomer, pick up a bead, put it down, and pull it forward. That's basically what it is I'm doing. All right, so enjoy watching this video, and I will come back in a few minutes, a few minutes, and say something about the process that I'm doing. So right here, guys, I am using the cheaper paper towel. As you can see, it is not the signature cloth by Viva, nor is it my shop cloth, the mechanics shop cloth that I like to use. And so the liquid was not absorbing. You can see it in the paper towel. It's just heavy liquid in there. And I also noticed that when you use those, the smell of the monomer for some reason is stronger. So I solicited my husband right here to help me to get a fresh piece of paper towel. And you guys know he's never too far when it's too funny. He's never too far when I am working. So the moral of the story is brush size makes a difference, temperature in the room makes a difference, and your paper towel makes a difference. I can sometimes add music to these videos, but in the back office, I want to avoid the copyright. And even if I do put the even though I acknowledge the music and stuff like that, sometimes you can still have copyright. So I'm not sure how everybody else is using it, but I go without them on mine for the most part. So we're in about 50 minutes deep, 51 minutes deep. And if you're still with us or you haven't subscribed yet, I would like to say please like and subscribe. Please share with a friend if you haven't already done so. If you are enjoying the videos, please let me know. One guaranteed way of doing that would be like and subscribe. Leave a comment. All right, so I certainly enjoy making them. Sometimes I don't get to put out a video as often as I would like, but yeah. And guys, this is literally the first time I'm using this brush. I did not clean the brush on camera to show you. This brush, I bought it for the salon. So when I purchase another one for my at-home use, I will do a video on how I prep the brush for the first use. I cannot wait to do a long straight with this brush. Guys, I'm sorry about the fact that my phone is ringing. I can't get a voiceover on this video to save my life. So that was my boo just checking in with me. So I'm sorry about the fact that the phone was ringing. But yo, I'm a wife, I'm a stylist, I'm a lot of things to a lot of people. So my bad. Anyways, we gonna get this video done. I don't even think I did like a real what do you call it, photo shoot like I normally do. And then right around here, I'm a button right here. Right around here, I was concerned about the length of the video. So what you're gonna see is I'm just gonna do this one nail, and then I'm going to do all the buffing, the e-filing, all of that good stuff to it. And then I am going to put a clear coat on top so that you guys can see, you know, my concept. And then you're gonna see the rest of the video miraculously finish. The rest of the nails is finished, because I promise you, just the fact that I was using a larger brush, it took a longer time for me to do the nail. So the original video ran for almost 2 hours, and I managed to cut it down to like an hour 4 minutes, hour 5 minutes. So I was panicking like, oh my god, this video is going to be too long. It was different if it was a live, but it wasn't a live video. So I'm going to end up just cutting it short and not show you the whole hand file e-filing. And on another go round, I think I will do the whole process of finishing the nails and stuff like that. Or at least that's what I thought I did. Yep, so I'm looking at them and I'm like, I don't know if I want to finish this whole thing on video. So I am going to use some of the bits that I got in my new e-file. I did a video before this one on my new e-file, and I needed to solicit some help from my boo to open that box. So I'm about, like I said, I'm about to do a little bit of e-filing work here. And then I will finish up the rest of it off camera. So I'm just doing the same thing, just going around the cuticles, making sure I seal them properly, police up the sides. And this nails was so long that I really could not, I was just struggling trying to figure out where to put my hand. The nails are so long. Do you guys struggle with e-filing your long nails? So this bit that came in the new e-file that you see me about to put in here, I need to go and order some of the flat disc. It had a little yellow white button in the middle, and it's supposed to help you straighten the sides and the tip of the nail, and it did that. But I think I would do better with a disc that it's just a flat disc, that it doesn't have the little white piece in the middle. And you can see me trying to figure out how to hold my hand, how to use this thing. And in the places where I did get the chance to use it, the lines were nice and straight. But I think I want to try a disc first next time. So I'm going to order some off of Amazon. So we've been beginning to wind down to like the last 5 minutes on this video. If you guys know how to use that bit better than I'm doing, please link something, refer me to a video where somebody is using it so I can see how best to use that piece. But yeah, the struggle is really all. So as I promised, I'm gonna drop a picture and so that you can see what the new set I'm wearing looks like. I did not shoot it on a video. I just really wanted some me time with my nails to see how I was going to be able to perform using the size 20 brush, and I think I did a pretty decent job with it. So I will take a picture and send it to you guys. Okay, so enjoy the next 4 minutes of this video, and if you haven't done so as yet, like I said, please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and see you on the next video. I still find that hand filing work is the best for long nails. I'm using my rectangular sponge buffer. Buff it out really good that you don't see the scratch marks. It will show up underneath your work. I'm going to clean off my hand. So I'm just dusting off, cleaning up here. I'm going to put a top coat, a quick top coat, so we can have a reveal. Just so that you guys can see, this really was a struggle video, from the production to the voiceover to everything that went into this video. But I just wanted to show sometimes it's a struggle. It's not always a beautiful video, and the best part is that I stuck to it and I tried to work it out. So thank you for watching, and here's a little bit of the reveal. And ibity, 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 that's all she wrote, folks.